In this place, there is a struggle for human survival. Only one human was still alive, and he was already suffering from grave wounds. A year ago, they had lost the battle against the demons. The survivors were seized and used as breeders for the creation of new monsters after the overwhelming majority were killed. I was the last member of the resistance to survive. Up until now, I had been working alone. This was the demon Lord Torda, the demon's monarch. The demon lord slows down the death of our pro too. He thought it was interesting. He had never been bothered by a human for so long before. It's astonishing how tenacious he is. Before his immense power, he had not been terrified like ordinary people. He wasn't frail. He would become irrationally enraged when he saw folks who lacked courage and were frail. I think you get what I'm saying. In the human world, you were a person who excelled. I will therefore offer you a job to work for me, using both your and mine might. Even the gods can't stop us. Given the harm to my body, this was ridiculous. I was damaged beyond repair. He wasn't giving me a chance in any way. This was not a proposal, just another way to see me beg for my life. My friends, my loved ones, to see me beg for my life from the one who had taken everything from me. She was always telling me to quit cussing and that my personality was bad. So she cast an intriguing spell on me, because I never listened to her. If I attempted it with my hand, the force involved would be so great that it would cause an explosion within my body that would reach beyond our realm. Demon Lord Tart appeared. Go fuck yourself. As a result, there was a tremendous explosion and the demon lord's hand was damaged. I couldn't believe how enraged his body was. Zephyr, a human being, had dared to oppose him like that, angry as hell. My fight was finally ended when he struck the remaining portion of our prota. In any case, he thought he had died when he woke up in a different location, where all of his wounds had healed and even his armor was in good shape. As they had desired, I was unable to preserve humanity or exact the vengeance on my loved ones. It was all for nothing. It should have been, at least. There were god statues, so Hek concluded that he was in the underworld. He gets cut off by a voice, which informs him that the gods live on the pantheon's lowest floor. Zephyr, our protagonist, gets alerted when an angel emerges from a portal and finds he cannot summon his weapon. This one informs him that she was the agent who shares the god's words. If you had passed away regularly, you would have entered the underworld immediately. I am Mercedes, a high-level angel. We have chosen to send you back in time, in response to the three great gods' insistent request. What precisely does that mean? Zephyr queries. You will be sent back in time together with your memories, the angel responds, allowing you a second chance to alter the course of events. Naturally, when you come back, you won't just have your memories, you'll also have your acquired abilities as well as your physical and magical prowess. You had already attained the highest point in the human world, so he was confident he could easily rise again. Zephyr thought he was dreaming. The demon lord shouldn't be able to have hallucinations. He had trouble believing anything. He questioned him on the reason behind the second opportunity. Zephyr didn't believe him, but let's just say he did. What did the second chance serve, then? How are you able to give me a second chance for nothing? You must want something in return for me to have this opportunity. Keep in mind that the gods had cut off all contact with our Earth during the demonic invasion when people were dying and praying for rescue. They refused to respond. Our prayers were ignored. Our offerings were rejected, and took away the clergy's access to divine power, which caused them to be unable to provide healing. As a result, the human armies were quickly defeated. There was no reason to give humans such a chance for free when the gods decided there was nothing to gain and abandoned their realm. The angel is aware of the solution. She promises to let him know what the gods were thinking at the moment. Show us a little more interesting stuff. Zephyr is dumbfounded. After the angel, who had been disappointed by the outcome, says that the gods had been watching, and it is rare to come across a person who had the resolve to fight till the very end, even when his world was about to end. It had been worthwhile seeing you as well because of the 5 years of battling he had displayed against big armies of the demon species. Many gods had been saddened to witness how quickly your world had come to an end. Keep in mind that you received more favorable luck. As time passed, our protagonist unleashes a furious magical attack. That bunch of idiots isn't intriguing. We were battling for our lives because of everyone I cared about. Was it only for your amusement? Simply because it was entertaining? Do you believe I struggled to give you a show? Is it just me? Or are people only for your amusement? Zephyr launched another assault on the angel. She tries to hold on while invoking a big Zephyr's foot and activating a seal. The angel tells him the gods are keeping an eye on him. Just be nice. She explains to him that it appears he misunderstood, so she will make things clear. You are the only thing the gods care about. The only way to get what you want is to prove your worth, because they don't care about a normal species like humans in the first place. Both humans and other species share that. How do you believe anything in this world could be free? Basically, these gods don't show mercy or favoritism. They only offered assistance to Yubkaus of your extraordinary bravery and tenacity, which were exceptional in the human world. So they gave him another chance for their own amusement. In addition, a god has been vehemently requesting his return for additional reasons. The demon lord asked, "How much longer must I wait?" Despite their efforts to calm him down, he insists that he wants to speak with an agent. He was enraged because he had been defeated by an ordinary person. That was a total disaster. This was seen from the mirror that invoked the angel. He explains that Tart Atos was the god of destruction, saying that has brought destruction on 10 worlds, including yours. His goal is to destroy all worlds. He was a warrior who had never lost a battle and was never damaged by any being, but that record had been broken because of you. Do you realize the harm his pride has endured? He wanted to engage in another conflict with you in order to triumph completely. He replies, "It is apparent if he sincerely wishes to be slain, I will give his wish." The angel then asks for his response. The transfer is started by the angel. She tells him that he will be fully recovered by the time he gets there. In addition, he would receive the gifts the gods had given him in the shape of return advantages. He tells him that he will be able to see them right after his return. Proto was thinking very seriously about taking advantage of this opportunity. Even if it was a chance provided by the fall gods, he was determined to exact his revenge. And those gods who treated us like vermin will pay dearly for it, as the coordinates for the constellation in the finished dimensional interference were correctly created. The angel hopes that our professional will keep them entertained and wishes him the best. The Proto already begins to open his eyes. He overhears some grumbling. He was being yelled at to wake up by some folks. They appeared recognizable and were observing a symbol. He is aware of his whereabouts. He then begins to laugh. The captain yells at them and asks them what's going on there. Thus he must have traveled back 10 or 20 years in time to when our Proto was a slave in a temple. Their time of rest is finished. He informs them, "So resume your work." One of them threatens to kill him if he provokes him once more. He's told to try by our Proto. He becomes enraged, but his brother removes him. A little boy lying down. "Thank you." However, he doesn't recognize that boy. More than 10 years have passed. He therefore forgets some specifics. He does, however, recall what the angel told him. He may use gifts to reactivate his former magic. He waited for the youngster to go before speaking the words that would unleash his power and the gifts the gods had bestowed upon him. He's startled. He was astounded by what he had received. Like and subscribe for part 2.